Hey everybody, so this is 6 wars in one video. We had 6 off-season wars, at least in my alliance, and 2 of them, actually, the opponent didn't even place a defense, so I didn't get a lot of practice in, but I took Sentry to every single war, and this is some of the best stuff. There's actually one vision fight and one hood fight in here that I thought was really good as well. So this is actually Node 55, the immunity mini-boss. This is a 455 Stark Enhanced SpiderMan. I have Sentry with half suicides on. I think that's my preferred mastery setup for Sentry. I'm going to see if I can make that work with Corvus too. I think that would be good. Maybe he can do without the liquid courage. But basically, I can't use specials on here versus the Spider-Man. So this is actually, you're going to see me get lucky a little bit there. But I can't punish his heavy and I can't launch specials. So this is just... This first fight that you're going to see here is just showing Sentry's basic attacks, no additional bonus damage. Can a 565 Sentry get this down? Yeah, I know this is only a 455 Spider-Man, and I'm going up against Spider-Man, who is one of the lower hit point champions in the game. But the thing is like, do I want to time... I don't want to time out. So... people say Sentry doesn't hit very hard, and the only time he does hit hard is with his special attacks. Yeah, I can agree with that for the most part, but just for argument's sake, I do have this fight here that is Sentry handily taking down this Spider-Man. I mean, I'm doing this with still over a minute to go. It looks like I don't know exactly when this is going to end, but we're getting there. He's only got a quarter of his hit points left. And part of the reason why I'm able to be a little bit more aggressive than normal is that 3/4 of this fight, if Spider-Man accidentally evaded and tagged me, I would be invulnerable just because of my signature ability. I have that signature ability right now at 200, and there is a 100% chance for it to proc. If Spider-Man hits me, I will not take any damage. So I can just sort of go back and forth doing these. So you saw that I actually finished on a light, fourth light there, and he could have punished me, but he didn't. But I still wouldn't have taken any damage. So anyway, he does this last special 2. He does evade a little bit. I'm able to recover, do a little intercept, and get him down finally. So 2 minutes to take that out with no specials. That's not too bad. This next fight, it was the rest of a Morningstar boss. We had one of our looks probably one of our boss killers go in first and did some damage. I said, hey, I'm going to try this with vision, see what I can do, because he is bleed immune, and Corvus doesn't really have the great damage versus the Mystics, just not because of the class disadvantage, but because the Mystic power or the Cosmic Power Boost doesn't work. So I am running suicides here just as some practice. I noticed that her Mystic Dispersion wasn't that big of a deal for me. I did sort of get an intercept I wasn't expecting there. But my strategy was mostly to save for the special 2 and try and burn 3 bars of power, because that's a good chunk of damage, and I'm going to need some of that damage versus this beefy Morningstar. I believe it's a 565, but I can't be sure. She was hitting pretty hard into my block, and I'm not putting much of a dent. If you remember from the start, I think she started at 44%. I do slip up, make the intercepts that you kind of have to do with vision because you're power controlling. They have to be on point, and if you're not on point, you're gonna get punished for it. So I'm doing the intercepts. I'm testing this out. This is an off-season war, so I get to play around. Oh, and one more thing I want to say about this video in general is that none of these fights have any boosts on them. So I'm going no boosts just to see what I'm capable of. I really wanted to make sure I did no boosts with Sentry. That was a big thing for me because I don't know what his damage is like unboosted. So I was very encouraged, and I think... Oh, I got tagged there, so I didn't make it out of that fight. But I just wanted to see, anytime I'm going up against the boss, I wanted to show you that, there was actually 2 vision fights. So this one is one of the reasons that's going to justify the next video that I am putting out. So I struggle with Iron Man Infinity Wars on this node especially, and you'll see that this guy is just crazy for throwing the specials. I don't have a perfect fight by any means, but... the Spite node is such a good node for him, unless you have a certain champion. And I guess I probably shouldn't be coy or anything about it, because everyone knows who that champion is. It's Corvus Glaive. Corvus Glaive gets this guy down in about 3 seconds on this node, on any node. And yeah, so I am going to be taking up Corvus Glaive, and you'll see that video coming out tomorrow, probably. and this is this, or actually, you know what? I might post it first. We'll see. We'll see. You guys will see. I don't know what the order of posting is going to be, but I like to keep videos in the bank at least, so I can release something every day just to be a little bit more consistent. So I do mess up there, and I will mess up one more time. But look how many specials I have to dodge. Now you can't ask me to dodge like too many specials. I'm gonna eventually make a mistake, you know. And all this, there's the amount of time it takes to get through this fight. Now I realized now after watching this video back, the obvious move here would be to spam the special 3. That's what I need to do. There's a lot of damage in there. It doesn't need to crit. It does damage anyway. Or to spam the special 2. But the thing about the spamming the special 2 is I don't know about you guys, but I've noticed that Iron Man Infinity War is actually quite good at dexterity, at using the dexterity mastery. And I've missed on a lot of specials. I think you'll see, I don't know if I miss in, where do I miss here? Oh yeah, so I just missed right there. He actually went in, and I do that thing, that's how I throw specials on Vision for any other character, but Iron Man's a little bit different. He stays a little bit back with that repulsor blast. So he is able to dexterity out of that. So now I'm just in the infinite loop. I'm almost to the 15%, which is going to get even worse. But I am just constantly having to dodge. The timeout is looking totally real. It's looking like I'm definitely going to have a timeout. He's got the armor up now. It's double power gain, and I can't get it in. There's no way for me to get it in here. I try that. I thought the armor ups had fallen off, but I guess not. I must have missed it by a millisecond, and now luckily he throws a special too, but it doesn't really amount to much because he throws a special 1 right after that. Guess what he's gonna do now? Oh, yep, another special one, and I actually get hit by that one, and that's it for me. And I actually almost get him out there, get him down, but just not enough. No crits, and it didn't work out. Okay, so back to Sentry. This is Quake on node 55. That's the immunity mini boss. I'm on path 9 if you can't tell. And this time I am allowed to use specials, right? So that's cool. And you're going to see I built up my reality warps. I did get some pretty good damage in this fight. Quake's also not known for her high hit points, but just check this out. Unblockable special. Perfect. That was like a 15,000 special 1. Nothing crazy about Stark Spidey levels, I'd say. Maybe with like 6 or 7 poise charges. And I'm just playing this easy. I'm waiting for the aftershocks. I know I have my special 2 here, and I can use it to avoid the stun. And look at this damage. Oh my god, no crit, and it still took her down so far. This Quake didn't even stand a chance versus the Sentry. And what's cool about the Sentry as well is if I ever get clipped by her, I'm, like I said before, like right now when it says the 3, I'm actually not safe. But once I get to the special 1 phase, then I'm safe again, and I can eat a combo, and I'll be indestructible. But Quake does apply concussions. You got to watch out for that. So that special 1 does a lot of damage, and she goes down. Thanks. Sentry's doing decent in Alliance War. Now, guess what? We're ramping it up, guys. This is the boss. This is a 565 Medusa with 100,000 out of 350 total. So she's a little bit less than a third, right? 30% health. And I didn't even heal up. No boosts. But I've gotten some practice with Sentry in Alliance War now. And this time I didn't have double edge, you might notice. I'm switching masteries a lot in the off season. But she blocks that. I think that's a bug. But look at this. I eat the 5-hit combo with the indestructible. So you get to see that in action in Alliance War. Love it, love it, love it. But I'm pretty sure that's a bug. I submitted that to Kabam, and his special is supposed to be unblockable. I know you guys are going to say, no, the projectile part's not blockable, but that's not how it works for Corvus. That's not how it works for Kingpin. That's not how it works for Korg. I know Korg's a little bit different, but I don't know. Maybe it's not a bug. Maybe it is. That's not even the enhanced special. I'm waiting to get to my heavy phase. The heavy phase is really where Sentry shines versus Medusa, so you have to get up to 20 hits. And here we go. This is it. She's about to take a crap load of damage to the face. That was a 10,000 heavy right there. I'm perfect blocking at the moment, so in this phase, Sentry gets perfect block, which is great versus Medusa. So I'm using that to build my power up a little bit. And then I have two more heavies I can throw with perfect block. Right, that was a 24,000 heavy, I think. And one more should do it. I'm just waiting for it. And there we go. And look at that. I have absolute strength. I can throw this, and she's definitely going to die. I just couldn't believe it. I mean, I started at like 50% and ended up at 29%. She started at 30% and ended up at 0. I'm pretty sure boosted Sentry can do it. I think he can take out a Medusa boss. It'll be crazy to see. Anyway, this is a hood on the immunity mini boss versus 565 Hyperion. So I go invisible at the start, and I just start applying those staggers. I need to prevent him from power gaining. If I can prevent him from power gaining, he's going to be a little bit more liberal with his specials. So the reason I think that the AI is more liberal with their specials when they don't have a power gain is because they know they're not going to get to that special 3. It's not necessarily true. I just think it's one of the ways that the AI reacts, similar to how they react to power drainers by being a little bit more liberal with their specials. But so the Hex doesn't apply because they are immune, but luckily Stagger does apply, and look at that. Invisibility saving me, kind of like Sentry's invulnerability. I just had so much fun during this off season, guys, with some of the champions I don't normally get to play with. And it's not that they're bad. You can tell that these guys are good. I'm taking on this Hyperion. Look, it's slow and steady, but it's happening. And this is a 565 Hyperion. Definitely, I checked the rank. Even though this is a 455 unduped hood. So the dupe ability would actually be really good in this particular scenario. It's a power steal on the basic attacks when invisibility is on cooldown. And you can also see that all the constant staggers I'm doing are keeping Hood a little bit topped off. So I'm really liking Hood. If I can manage to dupe Hood, I wouldn't say no to a 565 Hood. It would be pretty fun. Not the worst prestige in the game either. It's up there. It's over 10,000, I think. So yeah, this is happening. I mean, Hyperion's not a difficult defender. It's the power gain people worry about, right? So if you have something to stop the power gain, then you're golden. And I don't stop every power gain. He does get them occasionally, but I am stopping a good, at least half of them, I'd say, of the power gains are getting staggered. And those staggers are healing me. Look at every time. So I'm at 78%. Next time I get staggered, let's see what I go up to. 80%. So every time I stagger him, I'm getting 2% heal. That's enough to take out any of the block damage and stuff. I think I actually was lower earlier in the fight, and it's enabling me to be a little bit more aggressive, get that invisibility coming up on Hood, and it's so much safer to have that invisibility. And I do need to bait out the special now. It's getting a little risky, but he does throw it, thankfully. Although I think I could have eaten a special 3. And this is unboosted. Let's just be clear. This is unboosted. So I could throw on a Mystic Power boost. I could throw on, all the greater boosts that you normally do when you're fighting immunity mini bosses. And probably finish this fight a lot quicker. So we are getting down to the wire. It's very, very close. I'm a little nervous. I'm thinking, oh, well, if I time out, all it means is that I would need the boost next time. But guys, I think I'm gonna make it. I was going for the special 3, and then I looked at the numbers. I saw the assassin's range. I thought, you know what, special 2 is the way to go, and let's do it. And he got down. So other than that, that is the off season for me. It's really unfortunate. 2 teams we went up against didn't even place a defense. All I wanted to do was practice, and they didn't even place their defenders. They wanted to guarantee that they were gonna lose, which they did. We won, obviously, that's how that went. But hopefully, I'm not a big fan of the tanking. I can totally understand that the system that is currently in place incentivizes tanking. I don't really like it. I think the practice and the fun, at a certain point, you're just not even playing the game, so that's not fun. But yeah, so it happens. I understand. I don't really fault the opponents for doing it. They want to tank their rating. They want to work their way up the ladder again because it's easier to do. The system is designed to incentivize that. So we're gonna have to fix that. But anyway, that's it for my off-season wars. I'm getting ready to gear up for season 4. I know that I can't just bring Sentry and Hood to war every single war. I'm going to be giving up a death every once in a while. So you expect to see less of that. But I can promise you this, that I did bring Sentry to the first war just for a few diversity fights, just for fun. He didn't, he actually does need those persistent charges. So he only shines towards the later end. That's why he's good on some of the outer paths, not the inner paths. But yeah, I'm rambling on a little bit too long. This is a long video, even for a war video. So I'll call it there, guys. And yeah, we'll see you in Season 4. Good luck, everybody. Take care.